Welcome back for another episode of Errant Adventures, the solo actual play podcast where stories are told at the speed of dice. With me, Steve Morrison, your game master and solo player. Now come on, let's grab the dice and see where our story goes. Welcome back for another episode of Errant Adventures. Once again, we are continuing our series, Legends of the Sundered Isles, and I am once again joined by another wonderful creator. Rene, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm Rene. I am the host, player, interviewer, whatever, of the oh-so-cleverly named podcast, Rene Plays Games.
Hey, give them what they need to know up front.
Yeah, well, and, in my brain, when I wrote it down the first few times, I was, workshopping names. It does shorten to RPG podcast, but then I'm no one's going to put that together. But and then some people read it and my name is French, so they're like, Rene Plays Games. Interesting. And I'm like, you're not wrong. But yes, thank you, Steve. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I'm so happy to have you here. And we're excited to dive into some Sundered Isles again. And I've had a mix of guests on who have different experiences with Sundered Isles and with Ironsworn in general. So I know, but I'd love for you to kind of tell us a little bit about what your experience is with Ironsworn.
I'd say I'm pretty experienced with Ironsworn.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I actually started my podcast in January of 2024, and my first season was an Ironsworn Sundered Isles podcast. Before it was officially released, I was using the playtest materials.
Nice.
And then I actually went back to the well at the beginning of this year too, because I was like, I just can't get enough. It's my favorite solo game. I know you're on record saying you can play this forever.
Yep. I
do a lot of solo APs on my podcast, but I will always go back to Ironsworn because it just feels like the sweet spot. So yeah, I'm almost done with my second season of Ironsworn Sundered Isles. Separate stories, same Isles, fictional universe that I made. I'm familiar and ready to rock some co-op, though.
That's awesome. And what's your favorite piece of pirate media?
Favorite? Can I give a top 3?
Yes,
2?
I'll allow it.
Yeah. One Piece is one of them. I made it about 800 episodes into One Piece, and I've shamefully not gotten, back to current, but it is on the to-do list. Super fun. I just love I love cartoony. I love over the top. But I recently rewatched Black Sails.
Oh, it's so good.
Which is a prequel to Treasure Island, and that show is great. I wish I could pull off the gritty, so many tangled webs going on of that show in a Sundered Isles campaign, but I will always go goofy. And
that's okay.
Yeah, and then I'll say Hook, just because it's a good one.
It is a good one. Classic. Well, excellent. Let's go ahead and jump in and talk about the truths that we have already established for this shared version of the Sundered Isles. And then we can talk a little bit about the options that you have for the truth that you're going to select. And then we can talk through creating a character and then, playing these truths out in the game. So the truths that have been selected so far are iron vows. Since the distant time when iron was first hammered into form, seafaring folk of this world carried iron bondstones as sacred keepsakes. Each bondstone is unique, a relic of kin and culture, passed from one generation to the next. They are said to connect the soul of its keeper to their homeland or loved ones, as if by an invisible thread. Thus, if lost at sea, our spirit may return home rather than remain entombed in the remorseless depths. We swear our vows upon bondstones as promises that follow us to our death and beyond. But bondstones can also embody the curses of lost lives and forsaken vows, and bearing that weight can make them feel as heavy as a ship's anchor. We have also established the truth of empires. The Sundered Isles are free from imperial control for now. The empires have only a minor presence. Their outposts are isolated and pose little threat. But there are resources and riches to be exploited, and freedom is a fragile thing. Even now, Imperial agents are said to be among us, working in the shadows, planting the seeds of conquest. Piracy. A burgeoning pirate nation wields great influence. The Marauder clans sail under the command of the Dread Court, a conclave of 8 veteran pirates whose shrewd tactics positioned this nation of cutthroats as a rising power. Once each year, the pirate fleets gather at a port called Flotsam, an artificial island built from the husks of captured and ruined ships, to pay homage to the court and make plans. Magic is rare and mysterious. The Isles lie at the nexus of the new and the old, science and superstition, the known and the inexplicable. This collision of realities is a powerful but chaotic force, and rare folk can manipulate these unstable realities to cast spells and perform rites. In some cultures, mystics are respected. In others, they are feared or even outcast. Beasts are lost to myth, but the tales persist. For most, monstrous beasts are the stuff of fables. But a few who journey across trackless isles and unknown seas claim otherwise. Some even bear the scars of those alleged encounters. And then finally, horrors. Put enough grog in a sailor, and they'll tell you stories of doomed ships and ghostly visitations. It's nonsense. There's enough to fear amid the Isles without worrying about fanciful tales of ghosts and ghouls. Nonetheless, sailors are a superstitious folk. On dark nights, when a dead calm falls over the sea, they keep a wary eye for ships that sail heedless of the wind.
It's I love how much just the decisions of these truths.
Yeah.
And I love that having been chosen by different people, they still make this like really coherent, awesome setting that we're going to just keep developing. It's so good.
And it's so flavorful, so instantly flavorful from even just a short paragraph. So the truths that you have the choice between are the Sundering. Since you already know about all these, I'm not going to go into any depth about them. So there's the Sundering, there's Relics, there's the Modern Era, and Navigation, and also Religion.
I was going to say, so in listening back and thinking about how I would approach this, I have 2 that I thought would be interesting to take on. So I got to say, I'm so glad magic had been taken, because if it wasn't, I was going to be like, I feel like I have to. Yeah. Just because my first season was like sorcerer, magic, very focused. So I'm leaning between Relics and Religion.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like religion and magic could be they could either be like a gulf apart, or they could be fairly entwined, depending on how we want to play it.
And not to throw too much at you too fast.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But for both of these, I came up with concepts for characters with paths and everything.
Ooh.
So like if you want to hear my idea for Relic and my idea for Religion, and then be like, that one, we could do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So for Relics, I know you have a faction that was, it's Warforged.
The Warforged Kharkiv Regency.
Okay. And then there's also a faction though that's like Crazy Inventors, right?
The Awakened Hammers, yes.
There we go. So I was going to play a construct.
Okay.
Like a created, so my thought was the hammers make these constructs, and they're basically like retrieval bots to go to dangerous places and maybe get a relic. And they send them with whoever's crazy enough to sail them there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So there's like payment to the crazy enough captain who's going to take this bot and be like, yeah, just like, make landfall, drop it off, and then like maybe it comes back with something.
Yeah.
But
I have to say, it is going to be a hard sell for whatever
to do anything else?
For whatever the other character is. I mean,
sure.
Like that's a real banger to start of two options. So let's hear what the second option is. But I can tell you right now, I'm leaning pretty hardcore towards Relics.
Okay, all right. Yeah, the other one was actually a combination that I recently ran on my podcast, and like I just threw it together as like an NPC to have, or like a supporting character to have a couple scenes that I felt like were too big to not use path stuff, and it's kind of like a religious pariah. And so like I was thinking maybe an excommunicated member of a faith, so it was going to be a devotant fugitive necromancer.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's
construct.
Though. That's a pretty good, but I feel like
Yay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like relic construct.
Yeah.
It's gotta be.
They're just like they just make them and go in there and do whatever. So like I get to play this kind of silly robot with very one goal in mind, very going for it.
Now, we may be jumping a little bit ahead when I ask this question, but the Awakened Hammers, they make these constructs. Do they make them specifically for the Regency, which is kind of this imperial power in this like portion of the Sundered Isles, or do they make them kind of for any faction really, and they're kind of their own, or maybe they're even their own faction units that they send out? Like what's the vibe on that?
Yeah, I think that if there is the Regency, a power that is larger, they're probably requisitioning or, ordering units for sure for whatever purpose they may want them for and need them for. And that's a source of income for the Hammers. Yeah. But I think the Hammers are also like, and then we make our own,
right? And
we go get our own relics. And this is, you know what I mean? Like, and then there's bargaining chips, you know what I mean? Like that for them is just free real estate.
Makes sense. Cool. All right. Well, let's finish off picking up our truth here. So with Relics, with any of the truths, there are three options. You, of course, can choose one of the three options, or you can roll the dice. It's up to you.
Oh, we're rolling dice.
Of course.
Yeah, I only came up with concepts, not anything too crazy. So let's go ahead and roll D100. I got a 22.
22. Do you have that truth handy? Do you want to read it?
I do.
Go for
it. The long history of the Isles is marked by disaster, war, and exodus. Abandoned and ruined sites are grim monuments to these events. Former communities, even entire islands, are sometimes forsaken by their people. Others are lost and forgotten through the ravages of time. These places echo with the memories of lost lives, but also remind us of the perseverance of those who survived to carry on their traditions elsewhere. Do you want me to read the quest starter as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, here it comes. An uninhabited island is marked by the ruins of a once great city. Someone important to you led an expedition to that island months ago, but has not returned. What were they in search of?
Ooh, that's a good one. And I am excited to discover that.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and kind of flesh out your character a little bit more. And then we can dive in. Okay.
And I assume this is going to be someone that you knew, Caspian, not obviously my construct. This is going to be how you're going to this island.
I don't know. I kind of like, do you think that the construct would be like, let's dig deeper into these constructs.
Yeah.
Like, are they sentient? Like what's the level of acceptance within the Isles? Like, are they just viewed as kind of like droids in Star Wars, where it's like, oh yeah, there's my droid, but also they don't have any personhood, or does it kind of depend on the faction?
Yeah, I mean, I've played constructs in my Sundered Isles, so I'm biased, but I think that I like the idea of them being basically droids, right? I think that the general perception of them is they're just, inventory, right? They are just units that are doing a programmed job. But maybe the Hammers have these special ones that they don't give anyone, And I think that you have soul magic? Didn't something end with a soul crystal or something like that? There was a episode.
Yes, there was definitely the like gems, the like crystals that kind of captured the essence of people, and those were connected with the ghost ship in the very first episode. But I think it was the pirate
Yes.
or the captain of the ship that assassinated one of the pirate captains of the Dread Court, which seems to happen a lot.
Well, it's a dangerous
profession, exactly. But I believe that individual got captured into a crystal, I think.
So there's an option for some
There's
kind
stuff.
of we can very off screen. No one knows the specifics of it, but maybe there are a few that are a little more advanced than the others.
Yeah, I like that, and I think that opens up the possibility that maybe this person that we're looking for is someone that you're searching after.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I obviously like the whole point of this is for me to bring on guests to kind of spotlight them. I get to talk about myself and play my own characters, and everybody gets to hear my voice a lot more on the other show.
Ooh, okay.
So I definitely want to highlight you and your character. So I think if you're all right with it, it would be more interesting that whoever we're searching for here, like Caspian is, he is here to help in a way, but that this is someone that you're after.
Oh, so I have an idea then, if I may intrude so much with narrative authorial control here.
Always.
What if the actual cadre of these advanced units, right? These like relic constructs that they send out to do these things. What if the bot part of it, like the actual mechanical frame, is just that? It's just a frame. But in these ones, they have like recycled sentience.
Yeah.
Consciousness like that. I've
one of those soul crystals has been like installed.
Yeah. My particular construct, this is like his 5th or 6th frame. You know what I mean?
Oh, interesting.
Because they've been wrecked on other ones, and then the company will send a retrieval thing. You know what I mean? So that way there is a connection to maybe another retrieval construct that has not returned.
Okay, yeah. So the person that we're after is another of these hammer bots, and that has not. What is this? Iron Man?
Yeah, hammer bots. Well, now I got to look for an asset. Is there one that just uses a giant melee weapon I can just pummel people with?
Oh, there you go.
Hammer bots.
Yeah, I was thinking you could go to Starforged and take the like mech asset or something like that.
Yeah. I think I have. I did go into Starforged for a few assets if you'll allow them.
Yeah, of course. This is a free roaming kind of
we're playing
game.
Fast and loose.
That's
in
right.
our Sundered Isles.
So yeah, let's talk through the assets and give us kind of picture of who this character is, what their name is, and all that good stuff.
I didn't roll a name. I didn't think of a name. I gotta, and I don't know if there's a oracle for construct names.
Well,
think of something.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like it could be just a what do they call them? Call sign,
like a designation.
Yeah. I'm looking to see if there's anything. I mean, a starship name might be a good construct name.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Do you have the Starforged?
I've got it right here.
All right, I'll roll on that, and I'm gonna have a starship name. That's great. How does a 46 sound?
Long haul.
Okay, I like it. That actually works. They send them out to far-flung islands for relics. Yeah, long haul works.
I was really hoping that we're going to get 48, which would have been Luminous Sorrow. Sounds be a pretty good construct name.
Yeah, as a former emo kid, missed opportunity there.
Are we ever former emo kids?
The second I said that, I was like, who am I kidding? I'm still an emo kid.
Exactly. Okay, so long haul.
All right.
Which is just an awesome name.
All right, so I obviously have the construct path, which is you are a machine. I don't eat, drink, or breathe. I endure harm as normal, but restore health only when I repair. So there's no, sojourning for restoring health. I also took, so I have 4 cards in front of me. I have to whittle one down. I'm going to take Scattershot because I want to use the Sundered Isles assets.
Yep.
So if you wield a scatter gun, it's loaded with a single shot, which you may use to strike or clash against a large target, group of massed foes, or a close quarters enemy. When you do, I can re-roll any dice. To use it more than once in the same fight, I must first score a hit as I gain ground plus edge. So that's and I don't get to actually gain ground with edge. It's just I have to do that and succeed.
Yeah.
And so shotgun arm.
Yeah.
as you do.
As you do.
All right, and the other two, I'm just going to go with Armored from Starforged.
Okay.
So when you face danger, react under fire, or clash against physical attacks or impact, you may trust in your armor strength. I can just set my action die to a 4.
Nice.
Yeah, just forego rolling. And then it says, on a strong hit with a match, take +2 momentum. So I'm just, they send them out. They need to be able to tank their way through whatever to retrieve what they're getting. So
exactly. So what are Long Haul's characteristic stats looking like?
Good question. Also didn't come up with that because I wasn't sure which I was going to play with. So, but let's go ahead and say Iron is going to be his strongest. He is just a big old tank.
Makes sense.
So, and I'm using he, him pronouns, I guess, for Long Haul, whatever they were in their past life, I guess. So we're going to have 3 Iron. Our 1 will be Shadow. We'll have a 1 in Shadow for sure. Not stealthy.
Join the party.
Or manipulative. I have such a thing for making 1 heart characters, which is so bad.
Yeah.
It really is like it feels like you can make this gritty, not friendly character, but man, heart is so important.
It really is.
We'll do 2 in edge. We're going to go 1 in heart.
Yeah. I think it makes sense though.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Because it's that like loss of humanity even.
Right. And even if it's not how Long Haul perceives it, it's how they come across, right? It's how it comes across in trying to interact with people who are still human.
Yeah.
It just feels so inhuman. And 2 wits makes sense, I think, just because maybe they've got some upgraded sensors or kind of equipment or something like that that allows them a little more perception.
I like that. Do you want to flesh out any, like, what does Long Haul look like?
Yeah. I kind of love the Sundered Isles art of like the almost like wicked old diver's suit looking metal thing.
Yep.
But I think that maybe as an advanced unit of the Awakened Hammers, maybe a little more lithe, if you will, like not so like, not even bulky, but like more articulated, if you will.
Yeah.
Where the standard units might just be kind of like, 45-degree arm angles and like crazy strength and like steam, all this stuff. I think that these units, the retrieval ones, are more able to configure themselves into tight spaces and maneuver a little bit better. So, I think still plated. I have the armored asset, right? So I think that just surprisingly well designed for whatever the technological level of this Sundered Isles is.
Yes.
It's almost weirdly too technological.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
We should come up with like a trademark accessory and weapon. Now maybe you have an idea of what those are, or we can roll.
No, we're gonna roll for sure.
Okay.
All right. So character oracles. Let's see here.
I got it right here if you want to roll.
All right. Yeah. Let's go ahead and curse die in case that matters. is a 5. Actually, that's a 55 with a 5 on the curse die. So 5's all around.
55. Jewel-encrusted pendant for an accessory.
Ooh, I wonder what that could be. Maybe not so much a pendant. Maybe it's like an inset. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something that's actually embedded.
Is that the like soul crystal? Or is that something that the Awakened Hammers put to kind of fool people into thinking that that's the soul crystal, and so like, oh, I can destroy that thing and I'll destroy this thing, but actually it's just cosmetic.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
That's cool.
It's the misdirect.
Yeah. How do we want to handle the curse die, by the way, since you rolled it? Do we want to go just on 10s? Do we want to go extreme and go with odds? Do we want to do something in between? What do you feel?
House rules. You usually do odds, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Cool. Well, there is no cursed result for the accessory, but there is a cursed result for the trademark weapon. So give us another roll for what the trademark weapon is and see if it's cursed.
All right. It is not cursed. I got an 8 on it, but a 49.
49. This is totally appropriate. A large bore blunderbuss.
There you go. That's my scatter shot.
Yep, exactly.
There it is. Yeah. Perfect. Arm cannon. Arm.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Is like, is it actually something that you carry, or is it a part of your architecture?
I imagined it as part of the architecture.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's kind of what I was
like
thinking too.
The wrist just falls falls on a hinge, and you're just staring down the barrel of a scatter shot.
Love it. All right, so we have Long Haul. We have the character. We have our truth. Am I forgetting anything? I feel like we can probably jump in. Long Haul is on this mission. So oftentimes I ask the question of like, is your character a member of the crew of the Kiss of Death, or are they someone who is just kind of along for this mission? And I think the answer is probably leaning more one way than the other, but it could be interesting if, maybe Long Haul has been a member of the crew and like it has been activated in some way. What are you feeling in that respect?
What is Caspian's interactions been with the Awakened Hammers? Have you had much with them?
I think other than killing one of them in a one-on-one duel in a weird magical underground lava place. I don't know that he's had much. I mean, like, he probably has like many factions in this, the Sundered Isles. He has come across them, and sometimes he's against them, sometimes he's with them. It kind of depends on the the general situation. I mean, he is a soldier of fortune, and goes where the wind blows.
Well, let me throw out a 50-50 for you.
Okay.
Feel free to roll on the 50-50 if you want. It's going to be, what if in that duel, part of, and I don't know how much detail that you went into with post winning that duel and getting out of that volcanic area, but what if Long Haul was there, right? But like was awaiting directives, right? Has been like, and then after a certain amount of time, they are programmed to basically be like, okay, return home. Yeah. Like, had nowhere to go. And you were like, well, let's grab this thing, and then now with so long having not received any kind of updated ideas, maybe there's like a personal ping that Long Haul says like, this could be, I've been on the Kiss of Death for a while, and I come to Caspian with like, I'm receiving a strange transmission. Yeah.
All right. Well, then I will roll 50 or less. It's that 51 or higher. It's some much more boring.
Basically, I just the Hammers chartered your boat to take this guy.
That is a 4, my friend.
Nice.
So
all right.
that is...
so you've just had one of these advanced hammer units.
Yeah.
Hammer bots. Hammer bots.
So, I feel like, as I've discussed with a couple of players in previous sessions, like the Kiss of Death is captained by Caspian Silver, who is this sorcerer pirate, and there's a bunch of oddballs on the ship, so I feel like Long Haul probably fits in like decently with this collection of characters, and maybe it is that we passed by an island where the Awakened Hammers have a base of some sort. And it almost, there was like a resonance in the like internal structure of Long Haul that synced in a way with, and maybe there's some sort of like automated directive that is transmitted.
Oh yeah.
And so, so you come to Caspian with this, and Caspian, because I guess he's a good captain, and wants, and I've played too much Mass Effect and Dragon Age and stuff like that, and it's like when somebody comes to you, one of your crewmates comes to you and says, like, Captain, I need to deal with this situation. You drop everything, Reapers be damned, and you go take care of whatever that thing is.
Well, and to sweeten the pot, he is a relic retrieval construct for the hammers, so
that's fair.
Saying I'm receiving a directive to go to this place, you're probably like, there's a score there.
There's treasure.
Yeah.
There's treasure, and I can almost taste it. So we'll go back to our quest starter here. An uninhabited island is marked by the ruins of a once great city. Someone important to you led an expedition to that island months ago, but has not returned. What were they in search of? Do you think that that's part of the transmission, or do you think that, as we were talking about earlier, that the directive is to retrieve the
soul,
the
crystal.
the other crystal?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I think at this point it was not my mission, right? This was not Long Haul's retrieval job. So now it's just go retrieve, this recycle consciousness.
Yeah. Well, then I think it makes sense for us to go ahead and start off by swearing an iron vow.
Yeah.
And that's going to be represented by you kind of receiving this transmission and acknowledging it and accepting it, as that like resonance in the crystal like clicks into place. And so what do we think that the rank is of this vow?
Oof. Abandoned city, island, they sent one of these retrieval bots to go there. Like they probably do this when it's particularly dangerous. You feel like formidable's doable?
I think so, but I have a wonder, which is, and I think I've definitely had this conversation before, which is, it feels a lot like we're going to do an expedition when we get to this island.
Oh, right. The quest itself is probably more... So like... The vow itself is probably more dangerous.
Dangerous then on the vow, and then the actual expedition to retrieve it will be more challenging?
Yeah, that seems right.
Okay.
Does that seem right to you?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. So...
because with the vow, dangerous feels right because it's my new directive, but there's also, something in my programming that says if this is too much, you go and you leave, and we'll come back with more of them or whatever. Right. So, locating is one thing. Yeah. Get out. But I think that the abandoned city island is going to be the tough part.
Yes, agreed. All right. Well, let's go ahead and swear this iron vow. I'm going to have you roll with your +1 heart.
+1 heart.
Start there. Now, here's the question, because you do get a +1 if you have a connection, +2 if you share a bond. I feel like there's an argument to be made that you can at least have a connection, if not a bond.
And I wish it made the difference, but it didn't. But I did get a 3+1 for the connection for a 5 versus a 3 and a 6 on the challenge dice. So weak hit.
All right. Hey, weak hits are where it's at.
Yeah, they're my favorite.
Yeah. You begin your quest with more questions than answers. That is perfect. You're going to take +1 momentum, and we are going to envision what our path forward looks like. So we don't need to roll to get to this island. We start sort of anchored off the shore of this island. And Rene, I would love for you to give us a description of what this island looks like as we see this, like these ruins and this like city and all this, like just lay it on thick.
Yeah, I love the idea of this being, you can see the infrastructure, right? You can see the stone foundations and even, 2-story, 3-story buildings, maybe even like, depending on how great of a city this once was, maybe there was like a dome for a central building, a big government building, but it's just collapsed in on itself. And there's just rewilding of everything. Right? There's just trees are growing up out of windows, out of roofs. Green has overtaken all of the granite and sandstone and limestone and what have you of this place. But where sometimes that may look nice, if you will, like the renaturalization of it, the green can be really welcoming. I think that this is not welcoming. I think that it's sickly.
Yeah.
I think that it is not something that people look at and go, yeah, let's go in there.
Yeah, that seems nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say go a step further too, since we have more questions than answers on this. I'm gonna say that it's so overgrown that like there is no beach on this island. Like there is no obvious landing point, and we're gonna basically have to row a boat up to the side of this island, find some spot to like climb into this overgrowth and try to find our way to where the kind of this expedition that we're pursuing started. And maybe that's our first role. Maybe our first role is maybe we can find signs of where they started, but we have to do so kind of either sailing around the island on the ship, kind of like studying the various
coastline
points, the coastline, or we roll up into a natural like cove, and we have to like row our boat around to see if there's some clarity from there. So I feel like it's probably a gather information.
Sure.
And I think that I would love for you to make the gather information roll, because I think you would have the knowledge, Long Haul would have the knowledge of how these expeditions typically go.
Sure.
And so like you would kind of have that knowledge of where to set up and where to get started. But I'm going to roll to aid my ally here.
Nice.
Because I think that Caspian is got the good old spyglass out and is scanning the coastline. So we're going to roll plus wits, which is +2. And this is going to determine, wow, that's quite the swing. So I've got 7 for the action die, and I've got a 10 and a 1. So
nice.
A weak hit. So I feel like you can take +2 momentum if you'd like, but +1 to the next move, I feel like makes the most sense, just because it is specifically trying to like help out in this particular moment.
Yeah, and I think that Long Haul, while you're scanning the coastline with your spyglass, I think we see almost that fake gem, right?
Yeah.
Almost like glint in the light off of the waves and stuff like that. And the eyes are scanning. Let's see. Oh no. That is a 1 on the action die, +3. Doesn't matter against a 6 and a 9 on the challenge dice for a miss.
Okay. So a dire threat or an unwelcome truth that undermines our quest. What are you feeling? You want to roll? You want to roll on pay the price?
We could roll on pay the price. I feel like I always get you are stressed. Like I always get it. I'm like, sure, it's true.
That is true in real life too.
Let's see. I will roll it. I got a 34. So something of value is lost or destroyed.
Oh, interesting.
What of value is already kind of on the line here? Maybe. Oh, may I?
Of course.
What if we did find a spot that we're like, I doubt this is where they landed, but it's the best we're going to get to at least get in there.
Yeah.
And a small crew is rowing. What if the rowboat hits some unseen rack or, slightly just under the surface,
coral
rocks or something.
Yeah.
And we spring a leak.
Yeah.
And this rowboat is not going to be patched to the point where we're going to get back to the boat or.
And we have to, we probably have to, since this is kind of a threat in a way. I feel like it would be appropriate for us to face danger to try and see if we make it to shore. Because maybe the boat sinks before we actually make landfall.
I love this. Now, I'm going to roll to aid my ally.
Okay.
Which is you, Caspian, because I don't breathe, so I'm not going to drown.
So you just sink to the bottom and you're just walking along.
And my hands are up and I'm just holding your feet, just like, come on, we got this. So I will roll to aid my ally. I guess with, what do you think this is? Iron? Strength or maybe edge to coordinate with you to keep you afloat?
I think it could be either. I think,
okay. I'll do iron to just kind of power through the waves.
Yeah.
And all right, there we go. That is a 9 total against a 5 and a 6. So strong hit.
Okay. So I get 2 momentum and a +1.
Yes.
So I'm also going to roll plus iron. Caspian is not very lithe, but he is fairly strong.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll. He's just like beefing it through the waves to get there. Okay. So that is a 7 for the action score and 2 5s for the challenge dice. So that is a hit with a match.
Ooh.
So that means it's going to be another +1 momentum. So momentum's already up to 5, which I am loving that. And we successfully make it to shore, and there's an opportunity. So do we want to say that the opportunity is that we do find some? It's not their originating point. But we do find some signs that this expedition was here.
What if we find signs of this is a camp that they've been at relatively recently? Like they've had to move camp. They don't have a lot here. Like this is not, we landed, we put our gear here, we came back to it for whatever we needed. Like this is makeshift camp.
Yeah.
They've been here struggling for some time.
Interesting. This, I think, bears the question, are these expeditions always just the Hammerbots? Or are they like people with the Hammerbots?
Yeah, I think it's usually the Awakened Hammers hire out a crew.
Okay.
Like a ship to take their bot. And there's an expectation in the contract, what have you, of like, you don't have to go all the way.
Yeah.
But like someone needs to bring it to shore, sit there, wait for it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what happened is these people just have been waiting for this bot to come back and they've had to deal with whatever's awaiting them on this island.
Maybe their ship
came
a little close and maybe they hit those same rocks that we hit with our rowboat.
Oh.
And so there's like you're down under the water and you see this like small cutter that's just like got a gaping hole in it. And looks like it's, relatively freshly sunk.
Right. Yeah. There's like no rotting of the wood. Yeah. Like the flag is still down there. You know what I mean? All this stuff these things would have been gone if this had been here for longer than a month or two. Right. Yep. So like this is recent.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's great. I love the scene of underwater Long Haul just like being there to prop up Caspian. This turns their construct head and just sees this thing and just continues to walk. Like, okay, we get to shore and like no gurgling or anything, just that monotone voice of like, I have found their ship. They too have been stranded here.
Well, I'm glad I told the Kiss of Death to stand off from the island.
You are a wise captain.
I've heard this before.
Do go on. No.
Thank you, Long
Haul. But yeah, so I think, and at this point, Long Haul does their scan of this area, just kind of like looks and sees if they can analyze anything. And there is like two sets of footprints, right? So there's like your humans that have been moving on the move. And then there's another like, if you've ever seen deer trails that are like barely, like you can barely make it out and you're like, okay, some game has gone through there.
Yeah.
It's not that. It is a retrieval bot's just like mowed down, you know what I mean? Like it's just a bunch of trampled vegetation.
Just straight through.
Yeah. Just points and just goes, that is our path.
Amazing. Well, let's go ahead and expedite. Actually, I feel like we could probably mark our first progress on this because we have kind of a path forward. So let's see. We are going to journey to the ruined city.
Can you tell we play this game a lot because we're like, yeah, we'll get to that spot. That stuff later. Whereas normally it's like procedure says write this thing down first.
It's fine. It's fine. So we're thinking formidable for the journey.
If it's cool with you, that's my go-to. It just feels like the right amount of struggle.
Yeah.
And payoff.
I agree.
And it always makes you gamble on like rolling to end the expedition at like 6 progress, and you're like, oh, biting your nails.
Yep. All right. Well, we are going to undertake an expedition, and I feel like you're in the driver's seat here, Long Haul.
Part of me wants to move at speed.
That feels appropriate.
Yeah, I think that vigilance is good and well and whatnot, but I think that the path is still pretty clear. Yeah. I mean, it's begun to kind of bounce back, but while it's here, Long Haul is going to waste no time. Yeah. Just trailblazing. Ooh, that's huge. That is a 7 versus a 3 and a 2 for a strong hit.
Amazing. So we are going to mark our first box of progress. And let's go ahead and envision the location. I think if you'll allow it, if you will consider it, I think this first box of progress represents us reaching the outskirts of the city. And then I would love to, because we haven't done this yet, go through the like ruin oracles and stuff like that. I was going to
say that when this came up as the option, I was like, ooh, ruin oracles are here. Yeah, they're really cool too. Like... Yeah, and so we probably won't do the full on ruin exploration, but it's cool. There's tables for like ciphers and mysteries that you have to figure out. Yeah. Well, I will follow your lead. We can do as much of it as you'd like.
Well, let's roll a first look as we're now a little bit closer to the city. And that will give us a sense of this first waypoint as we've kind of wandered through the jungle here, through this kind of sickly green overgrowth towards this I think you said limestone kind of
I just imagine there's wood, but I think that a lot of the foundations they managed to quarry out on this island. So all right, ruined first look. Here goes.
And there is a cursed option.
Oh, well, we're going cursed. That is a 17.
Okay, so it is echoing with beastly howls.
Great.
Yeah, love that. Let's see. I think I'm gonna do the regular one too, which is blackened by fire.
Oh, both good.
Yeah. So I think we emerge not necessarily into the wide open, but definitely out of the deep foliage into kind of across the threshold almost of this ancient city with the limestone foundations, and just all around us is this dark charring, and there's this growth has grown up around it and through it, but it too seems to be affected by that whatever fire it was. And so that sickly green is mixed with this like deep ash color. And we just hear these like howls that echo through the stone. And Caspian kind of looks around and is like, this is not what I expected.
I think Longhaul kind of just looks and says, I imagine this city was nicer in its heyday.
I sure hope so, because if not, I can understand why nobody wants to be here.
What do we think? Can we maybe gather information about this charring? Is this more recent, or is this like downfall of the city?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Kinds of.
Yeah. I think we can.
Is this exploring a waypoint, or is this not so much there yet?
I feel like it could be exploring a waypoint. It could also be just straight up gather information, because it's not necessarily. Well, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't make any difference because it says it's both plus wits. Yeah. But I'm going to make an argument that Caspian is going to step forward to study this charring, because I know something of fire. And he'll step forward.
Good point. Your paths seem very well tailored to answer this question.
Yeah, of course. So I'm going to roll plus wits, which is just a straight up +2, and that's good. We'll see what happens. Nothing good. Nothing good's going to happen. No. That's a 3 for the action score, a 4 and a 6 for the challenge dice.
Ooh, how much of a peril do we want this to be?
So here's the question. I think I could burn my crew commander asset and burn one of my commands to turn it into a weak hit. Because I'm assuming that we have some of the crew with us. I mean, we have whoever was rowing the boat in with us.
Red shirts.
Yes, we got a couple of red shirts in here. So maybe I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn this into a weak hit, because I think that I want to uncover something interesting here.
Yeah.
I don't yet want to get to kind of hardship. I think what this looks like is Caspian is kind of crouched down at the base of one of these buildings, where it looks like that charring is a little bit darker, and is kind of studying it. And he's kind of like resting his hand against it, trying to maybe even mystically, magically sense the energies here to see if this fire was more recent or not. And there is this another howl that comes out, and this like small creature just kind of comes barreling out from a hole in the side of one of these buildings. This is like charging in at Caspian, and one of the sailors that came with us like pulls up a pistol and just like, and so there's this retort throughout this report that goes out throughout the ruins. So maybe somebody knows that we're here.
Yeah, we get that classic loud gunshot, birds just fly out from a bunch of trees.
Yep.
There's a silence that follows that is not comfortable.
Not comfortable. And I think Caspian is like, nice shot, and goes back to envisioning or looking at this here. So weak hit is going to be +1 momentum, and we are going to uncover something interesting, but it is bound up in a peril or reveals an ominous aspect of this place.
What do you think? Did you have a mental image of what this creature is? Because now, this crewmate is going to go back to the kiss of death and be like, I saved the captain. Like, I shot the, like, oh, I'm done. Like, what a story.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that maybe it's even Longhaul who lumbers over heavy footsteps of his construct body and just kind of like tips over the body of whatever was shot. Or is it still there? What is it?
I mean, I was kind of envisioning it being like some sort of weird monkey like creature.
Okay.
But maybe it's got like, instead of like 2 arms and 2 legs, it's like 2 legs and like 4 arms or something like that.
Okay.
And, kind of mangy, definitely like looks like it has been surviving on scraps.
Not much. Yeah.
And maybe there are some additional kind of like howls that recede a little bit.
After the gunshot.
The gunshot. Yeah.
Okay.
So do you think, is this fire recent or is it from of old?
Do we want to just go with a straight up Oracle roll?
Yeah, I think 50-50.
50-50 feels good.
Go for it.
So less than 50, it's recent.
Yeah.
Greater than 50, this is old. 30, this is recent.
It's recent. Okay.
Yeah.
So, bound up in a peril or reveals an ominous aspect. Let's roll on some action and theme. I feel like that's that's always my fallback when I don't know what to do.
For sure. Yep.
So I'll roll for action if you want to roll for theme.
Excellent. I got an 80.
Okay, so I've got 6, which is arrive and sanctuary.
That's a good one. The action and theme oracles are freakishly good.
Yeah, just so good. Okay, so arrive sanctuary.
But this is supposed to be perilous.
Right. Or
so
ominous.
Maybe, or ominous. So maybe, much like the false gem in Longhaul's, chest plate, this city looks like, again, if you were this other expedition team, looks like a place that you'd be safe.
Yeah.
But is it just luring you to more trouble? I don't know.
Oh, okay. So then maybe it looks safe, but I think when Caspian kind of is touching that wall there, his brow furrows a little bit and he says, there's some residual mystical energy here. And then he kind of brushes away and there's the leavings of an arcane rune.
Oh.
That, just explosive runes, man. You walk too close and it was just like kaboom.
Yep. Yeah, somebody has like trapped all the safe places.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. So Caspian's like, we shall have to be a little careful as we're moving forward through here.
All right.
Jenkins, you're up first.
Yeah, right. Go through that door. All right. Do we want to do our next leg?
I think we carry on, but I feel like it makes sense to stay vigilant now.
Yes, I think that definitely tracks.
Yep.
Do you want to take the lead or do you, it feels safe Longhaul being in the lead. I think I can tank something if something goes wrong.
Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely happy to allow Longhaul to go first.
Yeah. I think it's also protocol for these retrieval constructs to be like, stay behind me, Okay.
I also think that Longhaul might be like, this is my mission. Mm-hmm. Like you are tagging along because you're the captain of the ship and maybe we've developed some sort of rapport, in the months that you've been on the ship, but it's almost like there's a level of the programming that's gotten like brought to the top where it's like this is my directive. Nothing will get between me and my directive.
Right. Yeah. You are not delivering this connection of mine back to the hammers. Like I must do this thing. All right, here goes. Staying vigilant. So we roll plus wits. Okay. That is a 1 but +2 on the action die against a 3 and a 2. So almost actually still got it, but got a weak hit.
A weak hit. All right. So we mark progress, but we are going to either suffer costs on the way or face a peril at the waypoint.
Now, normally I'm all peril all the time. But for the sake of, moving this forward, I don't mind taking some of the brunt of these suffer moves. Maybe even, to make it as simple as we can, maybe I do set off one of these explosive runes. And my armor is lucky enough to tank it, in a way that Jenkins is sweating behind me.
I think we should mark one off of supplies.
Okay.
Just I think because what this represents is we are moving a little bit slower, and so we're probably consuming more of our like water and stuff like that as we're going, because it's taking us longer to kind of progress.
Okay.
So we want to take 1 to supplies, and then do you want to take 1 to
Yeah, I'll
health?
take 1 to my health.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right.
Yeah. There's this explosion, and I think a couple of the crewmates are like, oh my goodness, and they're like, long haul, like this construct that we've become friends with in their minds, and then he just kind of turns around and just that like sooty kind of, sorry, I will watch my step.
I'm glad to see you're all right.
This is why you stay behind me.
Noted. Jenkins. Smith.
Jenkins and Smith. Got to write this down. Because when unfortunately one of these red shirts takes the hit for us, we're going to have to in memoriam.
Indeed. So why don't we roll? I feel like I still want to play a little bit with the ruin stuff. So let's roll a mystery. Because nice. Yeah, I think we can kind of start to pick up some of the clues of what's going on here.
Oh, I love it.
And this is cursed. And then we're going to roll on a ruin feature as well, which is also has cursed options.
All right. Do you want me to roll on mystery? You roll on feature?
Sounds great.
All right. We get the cursed. I love it.
I got a cursed result as well.
Yeah. All right. Good old cursed mystery here. I got a 73.
Mystic Gateway. What otherworldly realm does this place connect to? Jeepers.
Oh no. What have we opened?
Okay, sure. A nice ruin feature. Message or symbols written in blood.
How perfect. Yeah, I mean, they were runes back there in the city, but now that we've traversed further into the tangle of these streets, or maybe even if you think of how, again, we don't have to conform to our historical world, but, the outskirts of cities would have been more busy, right? Would have been a lot more tightly packed. Yeah. And as we reach like further into the city, we've set off one of these another runes and stuff. And now we're just in places with like wider boulevards, and like maybe like long stagnant pools.
Yeah.
But yeah, we come across a message written in blood.
Yeah.
Oof.
And I think we're kind of getting a sense of maybe what happened in this city and why it's ruined. That perhaps there was some like large scale ritual that they were trying to perform.
Ooh, does this tie into the stuff that you did in the Beasts episode? Maybe like, could this be another like facet of that great sacrifice to like the giant bird?
It could be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It could absolutely be something that the Forsworn consort. Maybe the consort. Maybe they are the like survivors of this place.
Oh,
and they like escaped from here post whatever this ritual was. I think that probably earns us a little bit of progress on our vow.
I agree.
So we're up to 4 out of 10 now.
Okay. Good on the vow.
Good on the vow. We've only got 2.
We're moving on that.
Yep. We've only got 2 out of 6 on our our expedition here. So seems like we should, keep journeying. Yeah.
Yeah.
There won't be much exploring waypoints here.
No, I know. Yeah, I'm such a sucker for formidable, but you're right. I should have toned it down a little.
No, I think it's appropriate. I think, it just we are focused on finding that gem. Now, this is a question that just occurred to me, which is, do you have some way of detecting the energies of this crystal? So it's like a homing beacon.
I was thinking, I think that maybe the true crystal, the true soul gem of these advanced hammer constructs, they do kind of ping one another. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's almost like because again, if in other circumstances, they had to send multiple units here, they'd probably do a thing where they fan out, but like no proximity, you know what I mean, can respond to certain things.
Yep.
So I think that there is something like that where, and you know what, maybe we can use that for this next leg. Staying vigilant, not just for terrifying runes and traps and blood messages and portals, which, we'll see if we figure anything there out, but also trying to triangulate that signal.
Yeah. Now, the interesting thing, I think, too, I'm just waxing poetic over here, is that I do believe that Caspian himself is still carrying one of these soul crystals that he took from that sorcerer that he chased down on that ship. I mean, that person wasn't even a sorcerer. They were getting power from that crystal. So I wonder, one, does Longhaul know that? Yeah. And two, does Caspian pick up on any of this pull? And maybe he doesn't know entirely what it is. But he's just got a gut feeling.
I'd love if this was one way but not the other.
Yeah.
I'd love if for Longhaul they can sense the other awakened hammer unit, but this other soul gem is not configured to resonate at that frequency. But I think that yours, it'd be really cool if yours was oh my God, I feel something. What is this thing? And now that you're finally holding it and you're in the presence of Longhaul for so long, something about the soul gem you're holding is palpable. It is, you can feel.
Yeah. It's almost
That's cool.
It's almost like being in proximity, cause them to synchronize resonance.
Yeah.
Right. There's almost a draw between the two of them, where if they were not anywhere close to each other, it wouldn't be a thing. But these, and maybe this is why oftentimes your units are sent out individually.
Yes.
Because too long kind of clustered together, the magics within them start to resonate together.
Oh, and that's why and again, this connection I may have with the other one, right, is probably something that they specifically separated us for, right? But it just so happens I was the closest to this, and maybe that's why I picked up on it from further away than others.
Yeah. Rene, we are just doing a magic episode.
I'm sorry. I know. I said I didn't want to do. Yeah. Well,
I think both of us are primed for magical stuff. I mean, I'm playing a sorcerer. We've got soul crystals. Come on, there's gonna be some magic in here.
I can't help it. Well, you know what? We'll bring it back with whatever this relic is going to be, because it's bound to be. We'll make sure it's going to be magic.
We'll figure something out.
All right, let's roll to stay vigilant. Get another. Oh, that's huge. Wow, I'm rolling really low, but I'm getting away with it.
Nice.
That is a 2 + 2 for a 4 against a 3 and a 1 for a strong hit.
Amazing.
My D10s have never rolled this low in any of my episodes, so they know.
Well, let's give ourselves another feature. To this ruin.
You want to roll it?
Sure. It is going to be Uncursed 29, which is elaborate stained glass or mosaics.
Ooh.
It's interesting. So maybe we've moved into a district within this city that even after possibly thousands of years, it is clear that this place was a place of beauty and art, and that there are these mosaics on the ground and on the walls, and they are in many places covered over by this sickly green overgrowth,
vines, and
and I think Caspian is starting to get the sense that maybe the reason it looks so uninviting and sickly is because of whatever residual mystical energy remains here after this ritual. But as we're walking through this, we see the sections of this kind of tile mosaic laid out across the street. And I think Caspian even just stops for a moment, and maybe Longhaul is kind of like just kind of trudging going ahead. And Caspian is looking around, just floored for a moment by the ancient beauty of this place.
The sheer effort that would have gone into like paving a road in a mosaic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that alone is just awe-inspiring.
Yeah. And also maybe even the idea of like, did people walk across this? Like, or like,
are we blaspheming?
Yeah. Like, is this actually a street, or like, did it hold some greater significance for this culture that, you know, they would put so much effort into this that they wouldn't want it to be defaced by kind of constant usage. And so maybe this is a religious, and we're just going to hit all the truths today.
Hit all the ones we haven't done yet.
Maybe this is a like religious path.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's I don't know that we get anything from that, but it's just beautiful.
Cue Longhaul's heavy metal footsteps on these mosaic tiles.
Yeah.
What if, I mean, not to just keep riffing, I will riff on the world building stuff all day.
It's the best part.
It is. What if it's something that you've been putting together as you've been walking it, that it's almost like it's been put together in one direction and it's chronological?
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
As the city got built, you know, where we started to where we've gotten, you've recognized a few changes that might tell us a little bit about this place.
Yeah. It's like there are, and it makes sense that the like bloody, you know, like ritual stuff would be kind of closer to the edge of the city.
Yeah.
And we're like moving our way deeper into this.
Oh,
yeah.
May I?
Of course.
What if, as we keep going, or what if Longhaul does walk a bit further ahead and then turns around noticing that you and the other crewmates of the Kiss of Death have stopped?
Yeah.
And they look back and then they look forward and they look at you and they see you're looking down and then they look down. What if finally in this mosaic we've reached the point where there's a portal depicted in this mosaic?
Yeah.
And we know where that is in the city.
Yes.
And whether or not that coincides with where my, whatever we want to call it, my duty.
Yeah.
What is the directive is in the same direction.
I mean, I think it has to be, right?
Yeah.
Like that makes sense.
Okay.
I love it. Yeah. And so exactly. Like this, we're just going to keep riffing on it. This tile work is itself a representation of the city as it was at that time. And maybe even looking at it, we can pick out that there is a path, an avenue that weaves through the city towards where this portal is depicted.
Love it.
And we're on the path.
We are on the path. Yes, it's pretty much, it's not only a city history, it's a city map.
Yeah.
It's the most convenient road ever made.
Yeah, very much so.
Just keep on.
Let's keep on, yeah. If we had time, we would stay and study this
just keep
this
doing
mosaic in depth. But I think
I got 4 episodes in me of this, Steve.
Perfect. I don't need to reach out to anybody else. It's just going to be
Relics. Do you want me to roll it, or do you want to?
I would love.
I feel like I'm. Okay, I was gonna say I feel like I'm hogging all the rolls. Ooh, that's a big one. That is a 7 on the action die versus 2 6s on the challenge dice for a strong hit with the match.
So that takes us up to 4 boxes of progress. Can we bend the rules a little bit and just give ourselves an extra progress as that opportunity?
I was going to recommend that. Yeah. Yep. Strong hit with a match.
Hey, it's beautiful.
Yeah, get yourself some extra. Yeah. And why don't we also, if I may?
Of course.
I mean, maybe this is an opportunity to make a discovery or some ruin cipher stuff with the mystery.
Let's do it.
Do you want to roll that?
I would love to.
Yeah, let's see what that cipher might have for us.
So it is cursed and is also a 97.
Huge. Oh my god, it's so good.
Yep. What is it, Rainey? What is it?
Warning from a dead or dying explorer. So the other expedition.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
What circumstance do we find them in?
I think we find them half covered by some of this like creeping vegetation. And it almost looks as though they've fallen through the cobbles on this street. And the vines and stuff are kind of like wrapped around their chest and like wrapped over their shoulders, almost like it's dragging them down into
it's like a cursed plant antlion.
Yep. And I think they're past the point of struggling. Like they've been struggling for maybe hours, and so they've exhausted themselves, and they are almost just resigned to the fact that they're sinking beneath the cobbles of this city street. And we come upon them as like there's almost this like groaning like wrenching sound as they sink just a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
We can try to help them.
I was going to say, I love the idea of, as we approach the edge of this like crater that they've been kind of sinkhole, grabbed and pulled down into.
Yeah. Like
one of them just laughs, like in deliriousness. Like, you know what I mean? Like just kind of like, oh, of course somebody makes it now, we could definitely try and maybe grab one. I have the iron. I have the strength to maybe rip a few of these vines free, but whether or not it's going to make a difference, I think, and if I may, I love the idea of Long Haul looking down, being like, my quarry is not here.
Yeah.
And just kind of like looking elsewhere and just like, maybe that's a little cold. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I think Caspian will be like, Long Haul, they might have information that will help us understand what is happening here.
Yeah. Just a slow pan of the head, looks back at you, looks back down at them. And Long Haul just kind of says, do we have something to anchor me?
We have rope. And
then basically we do like whatever we need to.
Yep.
Do you want me to roll iron to try and face danger with iron to get them?
I would love to assist though.
Yeah.
And the way that I'm going to do that, this is a good idea. I'm going to attempt to like throw fire down and around these vines to kind of like burn them away a little bit and loosen them. So that you have an easier time kind of pulling someone out.
Yeah, controlled burns. Yeah, never go wrong.
Never goes wrong. So, especially when there are, people involved.
Yeah.
So I am going to aid my ally. I think that this is probably, unfortunately, going to be plus edge.
Control,
because I think it's that like fine motor control, which is only +1, but I get +2 from the firebrand asset, so +3 on this. Beautiful.
Oh, that's not what I expected when you said.
That's just because you've listened to me roll dice for so long. So that is actually a 7 on the action score and 2 1s on the challenge dice for another strong hit with a match.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to reduce my firebrand from 3 to 2, and you get +2 momentum. You get +1 on your attempt at this.
All right.
And I think if you succeed, I think you can pull like 2 of them free.
Yeah, that seems right. All right, here goes. Well, I got a weak hit.
Okay.
I got an 8 on the action dice, but of course a 10 on one of the challenge dice. But a weak hit, so maybe I get one of them, and maybe there's like a collapse where the other one, maybe the plants shrinking back from the fire actually loosens all of like the cobble.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, so I get like my hand on one of them, I'm reaching for the other one, and as the plant falls back, they just fall down into collapse into a
catacomb
into
or something.
Nothingness. Yeah.
Okay, so
but we get one.
We get one. So we pull them free, and I think Caspian. And I think I don't know that we have the ability to save this person's life.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But I think we have a moment to like Caspian kneels down and is like, "Where is the construct you came with? What happened here?" And kind of is asking these questions. And I think we have an opportunity to gain some information from this guy before he kind of expires, whether it's on what's happening in the city here or kind of what's ahead for us.
I'm just wondering if it's gather information or compel.
I was kind of thinking that because we rolled to like get him out, that we kind of just get the information as the result of, you know, it's like,
I agree. And I would even say that we might chalk this up to progress in our vow.
Yeah.
Because it is going to be information. But let's figure out what it is.
That's exactly where I was headed with it, is like,
sorry,
that's a little
I
bit
jumped ahead.
No, you're good. You're anticipating, which I like. So I think we should do another action and theme.
Yeah, sounds good.
Unless you want to do descriptor and focus.
Why don't we roll and then we'll see what the better combo is.
I love it.
I do that sometimes. It's kind of cheesing, but it does. I feel like I got a 60.
All right. So I got an 84. So that's secure nature.
It's a pretty good one.
Interesting. Or sealed pirate.
Interesting.
It's very interesting. I feel like secure nature. Feels better. So maybe this is an insight as to what the relic is that your counterpart is trying to recover here.
Yeah.
So something to secure nature.
So it's a relic of this long lost, abandoned, terrifying city at this point, but it has something to do, or it has some power over nature, which would have made this place so great, right?
And this is why it's overgrown and sickly, because something's gone wrong with it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay. So we get this, we get this picture from this guy of what it is that your counterpart was searching for. And, we definitely know that it is somewhere over where that gateway is. So, I think we probably at this point, like, he just slips.
Do what we can.
Yeah, he slips into, unconsciousness, that delirium. Like, we barely are able to piece together kind of a coherent thought from the babblings and ravings of this person who is unfortunately too far gone for us to really help. I think Caspian has this moment of almost like recognition of the fact that his magic mostly destroys and doesn't like heal.
Yeah.
And they perform whatever ritual, crossing the arms over and like, closing the eyes and whatnot. And then it's time to kind of move forward. And so I think Caspian stands up and looks at Longhaul and says, all right, now we have a better sense of what it is we're after. After you, my friend.
All right. Yeah, I think Longhaul looks in the middle distance and just says something like, I feel it closer now. This way. And we're going to move its speed at this point, because I think that the directive is taking over.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I've never rolled so many hits with a match in my life.
Amazing.
That's a 6 against 2 2s. So that is another strong hit with a match. Sheesh.
Amazing. I love it. I mean, are we just cheesing it if we just give ourselves an extra, we're just
I think for the sake of time it works,
Yep.
right? Because we're going to have to wrap it up, and that still only puts us at what, 7?
7, yeah.
I mean,
Which is
we
pretty
could
good.
easily beef that finish an expedition roll.
Easily, unfortunately.
Been there.
Been there, done that. Let's do another. Do you want to do another cipher?
We could do a cipher. I also like, maybe we haven't quite gotten there, but it is a strong hit with a match. We could do a ruin opportunity.
You know what? You're 100% right. So why don't you go ahead and roll that?
All right. Would have been cursed, but it's a 32.
32. Evidence that others pass this way.
Oh, well.
There we go.
Sometimes it's just that simple.
Sometimes it is just that simple.
Hey, look at this boot print. It's freakishly large and construct-like.
Yeah, it looks like a robot came through here.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, do you want to roll a feature then, just because that was kind of on the nose?
Yeah, let's roll a feature. Uncursed 57 is narrow maze-like passages.
Good thing.
Interesting.
Big old footprints have come through here.
Yeah. So, because we're sitting at 7 out of 10 progress here. So I'm thinking we're getting close.
Yes.
And I think what it is that we see in the distance that this gateway is still active.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's this like swirling mist of arcane energy. And I think 2 things. One, we're both feeling the pull of that soul crystal stronger now. But also, I think on top of that, because the soul that's in the crystal that Caspian is carrying is also a mage, is also a sorcerer.
Oh.
There is this additional pull towards that mystical energy. And like, I think Caspian has this moment where he's kind of like clenching and unclenching his fist as he's feeling almost this like gnawing hunger in his belly.
Yeah.
And he knows that it's like some sort of temptation, and he's just trying to ignore it as much as he possibly can. As we see this gate on the other side of this sort of
labyrinth, right?
Labyrinth, exactly. Yeah. And I almost think that it's like it's in the middle of an arena or like a coliseum.
I was thinking the same thing,
yep.
right? I mean, like a huge building, like just within which maybe, and I love the idea of a coliseum, right? Yeah. Like there are like seating. Yeah. There are rows and rows.
Yeah.
Of this, and people would watch people get lost in here.
Yep.
Who knows what rituals this could have been used for once this gate was discovered or erected or whatever.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, and the only way through is through these like catacombs, these labyrinthine catacombs to get into the heart of this arena where this gateway is, and where we both feel this pull kind of just pulsating. What do you think? You think one more?
I'm down for one
expedition?
More. Yeah.
All right.
And I think it's got to be vigilance, right?
I think so too.
At this point, we have to be focused.
Yeah.
Not only for the labyrinth, obviously we're tracking it. We should be able to get there just based on the tracks, thanks to our opportunity. But it's still a labyrinth. It's still this place that we both feel a strong pull, and it's not just like a hopeful pull. It's this is significant.
Not to throw a wrench in things.
Wrench it up.
But do you think that at this point Caspian might like try to step in front of Long Haul because he can feel that mystical energy?
I almost said it. I almost said, do you want to like roll to resist the pull?
Yeah.
But by all means, take the last leg.
So yes. I think he's there's a moment where he says, "My friend, wait, there is magics ahead. I think perhaps there may be graver perils than whatever this other expedition faced on the way in. Let me stand with you." And he's going to like step forward and raise a hand and kind of attempt to, as is his wont, create like a mystical bubble of protection around the 4 of us as we like proceed through.
Jenkins and Smith. What a ride of a lifetime.
That's
these
right.
two are having.
They're like, man, we were so excited when we got assigned to the boat and like get to see Long Haul do his thing and the captain doing magic. Like, this is the shit.
Yeah.
Oh, poor guys.
Yep.
Plus wits.
Uh-oh.
5.
This is the one.
5 for the action score. 2 freaking 2s for the challenge dice. Another strong hit with a match.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think our bad dice luck cancels out.
I think
when
so.
we play together.
It's amazing. We should only play games together.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give us 1 progress for that, and I think the opportunity is, I think that we get some sort of insight as to what this like gateway, ritual, Colosseum, relic, like what these things, how they interact with each other. Mm-hmm. So I'm angling for some progress on our vow as well.
Yeah. In the form of a cipher, or
let's roll a cipher.
Like, because again, this is a relic. We are here to not just retrieve another of these, soul crystals within the Hammerbot, but also, if we can retrieve that relic, that's win-win-win.
Yeah.
So
I got a couple of these that I'm just hoping for. So go ahead and give us a roll.
All right. Well, it's not cursed.
Okay, interesting.
But it is a 20.
A 20. Hastily written markings.
That feels good.
Yeah. So maybe it is like we're about to emerge from the passageways into this Colosseum. I think that there is like a pile of bones there, and on the wall is scrawled something in an ancient script, but it is an ancient script that is often used in like magical texts and like magical writings. Like maybe some of what Caspian has learned about magic originally stemmed from this place. And so he's looking at it, and I mean, I don't know what the connection is, so maybe we just do another action and theme.
Yep.
On
I was
this.
gonna say, piecing it, you get little fragments of like this makes sense. I have no idea what that's referring to.
Yeah.
But then like context clues by the time you get to the end of it. All right. Action theme.
Yes.
Oh, just a 7.
Just a 7. And I've got 77. It's 7s all around.
Whoa.
So that is remove belief. Perfect.
Huh.
I was going to say, I feel like this skeleton dude was a dissident. This is somebody who's like, no, this is wrong. Like what we're doing here is bad. And here's what I'm going to say. And feel free to chime in if you have ideas off of this. But I think that this island, this city, started as a place that revered nature, that revered natural magic and the like ebbings and flowings of nature. Somewhere along the way, they started to toy with and twist nature using their magic. And that led them to this point where they opened something that is not natural at all, which is an arcane gate to somewhere.
A mysterious plane. Yeah, a mysterious plane.
Yeah,
they didn't even know where the other side of this was, but they didn't care. It was about, can we do this?
Yes. Yeah. They didn't ask, should we do this?
Right.
They just said, we can do this. And so I think that this person maybe was trying to stop the ritual and failed, obviously. But maybe like as they were dying as a result of whatever energy release or whatever things were released. I mean, maybe those monkey creatures aren't native to this island.
You did say they had some strange limb configurations.
Exactly. And so like scrawled out some like small pieces. And I think it's enough that Caspian looks at it and is like, I think I understand. Whatever this gate is, it's powered by this nature magic, these relics of this ancient city. If we can deactivate them, it will deactivate the gate, and we may be able to put right what has been wronged here.
If you think for a second I was not going to get down with this is this is a result of not revering nature, given who I am, you're out of your mind. Yep. But I think Longhaul looks at Caspian when he says that and just looks and, maybe even we get like an almost comedic shot of like Longhaul leaning into like the doorway to look at the actual swirling portal, and we just get like the view of the light from it like on their construct face, and they just lean back over and they just say like, how do we destroy such a powerful relic?
Destroy or redirect? Not sure yet. We'll have to get a little closer. And I'm going to go ahead and roll for closing out this expedition.
Yeah, let's go.
So we've got 8 progress. Rolling the 2 challenge dice.
You looked away. I love that.
Well, I've got a 9 and a 3 for a week.
Okay.
Which is amazing because we reach our destination.
Yep.
We can mark a reward on our Discovery's Legacy track. That's exciting.
Yeah, get it.
1 whole box because this was a formidable expedition. But you face an unforeseen complication at the end of your expedition. Make the Legacy reward 1 rank lower and envision what you encounter. Rene, what's our complication here? What do we encounter as we step out onto the sands of this Colosseum?
Mm-hmm.
And we see this gate, and I think that there is this relic, this natural magical relic that is on a pedestal beneath where this gate kind of is formed. And there are probably some like posts where figures that are maybe now petrified in stone have been like chained up, probably powering this ritual with their, last breaths. So that's the scene. I'll set that. What's our complication as we step out here?
How do you feel about if this thing is siphoning life essence, right? It was done using these people of the city, these dissidents, right? Yeah. These non-believers, these people who are against this quote unquote progress, whatever the city leaders at the time were pushing for this portal.
Yep.
Now, without anyone in this city, it's doing it to the vegetation, it's doing it to the animals, it's doing to all this stuff, which is why there's all this corrupt nature swallowing this city. What if the complication, and I'm not going to throw Jenkins and Smith under the bus here, what if instead actually these soul gems are like a very powerful source for this portal that it has not had in a very long time. And when I approach my connection, my fellow construct friend, if you can call it that, I feel that the ping is actually, it's not where the physical construct is. It's like a long, like taffy pulled kind of essence into this portal. And all of a sudden the soul gem you're holding probably starts to feel like it's like being pulled. And I think that Longhaul similarly is struggling to not lose just power or whatever is, keeping it going in front of this portal.
Yeah. I think we hear like Jenkins and Smith like becoming physically ill behind us. As like they're just affected by this aura of decay. And obviously Longhaul's not affected by that, but there's a different pull. Yeah, that different pull. And I think Caspian is somewhere in the middle where he's getting that like mystical pull, where it's a tension between he's feeling like his power, not even just the gem that he's carrying, but like his own power within him is being pulled out. but there's also this small voice in his head that's like, but if you can reach out and pull it back, you can gain more power. And so he's almost frozen in this moment as he's like wrestling with that effort. And I think maybe he like raises a hand to like point. What do you think the relic is? So we
actually is. Yeah. I was just thinking that. I think that my fellow hammer construct, like retrieval bot, I think they're holding it.
Yeah.
But I think that maybe vines or something similar, or the sand, right? Like something about the power of this natural relic has just held it in place. Yeah. And the sapping of its power means that it hasn't been able to get out of here.
Yeah.
What is it? Ooh, is there an oracle? Can we?
There is. Let's take a look at.
Because I would love to leave this up to.
So there is a token oracle, which I feel like,
and it is cursed.
Yep.
We could end up with a cursed token,
which I feel like is a good. There may be some things in here that kind of feel a little weird based off of this, but let's roll on it and
just give it a shot. If not, we can see. How about we both roll?
Okay.
That way we have options. Well, mine is not cursed, unfortunately.
Mine is also not cursed.
Okay.
Lame.
Well, mine might be appropriate, though. It is a 14, which says a carved driftwood totem of a sea god.
Yep. Mine's a flask of aged rum, so that's not it.
So, I love the idea of this being and like such a simple thing, right? Like, if you think about something that represents like powerful nature, you would never pick driftwood, right?
So we totally saw on that mosaic road like a procession and like these maybe priests or something, because it was an earlier kind of time in the city's history where they were carrying these like, I mean, they looked like maybe like rods or staves or something like
just
that.
Bundles, yeah.
But like now that we're here and we see that driftwood.
Yep. Oh, and maybe, again, just playing into this more, that fire, that magical charring, that is a very specific, like the reason you were thrown off by it was you were like, I've burned a lot of wood.
Yeah.
Like I've seen a lot of things burn. Maybe it's like this very specific driftwood, right? Like leaves a strange residue.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So your counterpart is holding this driftwood idol, and vines are wrapped around it. We are like, our essence is being sucked out of us in this moment. What are you doing, Rene? How is Long Haul going to step forward and like what are they going to do? I think Caspian like kind of points to the relic and is like, maybe he even says something like, "Bring it to me."
Okay,
because he's like I can't get any closer.
And I was gonna say, I think that Long Haul's goal would be to would not even grab that. I think he was just gonna reach in, like cave in the chest plate of his fellow bot and just grab the gem and like the heart, right?
Yeah.
But if you say grab that, I think that what happens is Long Haul goes in there, two hands, if you could see a construct struggle, you know what I mean? Like weaken, it's what this looks like, but just both hands, like one just crunches into the metal of this construct and rips out this strange, what you haven't seen, not the gleaming gem. Like it probably looks weird compared to like the gem that you're holding. Whatever they've done with it in the Awakened Hammers is clearly not the same as just a pure soul crystal like you have. But also tenderly, like one hand just rends metal and yanks out something, and the other just like gently grabs driftwood totem.
Yep.
And so I guess a question is, when I grab this totem and begin pulling it back from this portal, is it doing anything, or is it I think I need to give it to Caspian. Caspian needs to do something with this.
I think in order to like counteract the mystical energy, Caspian needs to get his hands on it. I think that it is time to roll to fulfill our vow.
Yeah.
And that is going to tell us...
Where are we at with that one?
We are at 8 boxes
that's
of
pretty
progress. And I would love for you to roll it.
That seems... Okay, here goes. I think, yeah. Long haul stoically walks forward in one hand, big metal hand grasped around the soul crystal, holds out the driftwood totem to Caspian and shields you from the rays, like the power of this. And of course, I got an 8 on one of these die. The other is a 6, though, so it is at least a weak hit on our vow.
Okay. So we fulfill the vow. We fulfill our quest. But there is some cost here. There's some complication. So I think Caspian takes this driftwood in his hand, and at this point, he is not hearing a whisper anymore. It's like a screaming in his voice of like, take it, take the power,
and the temptation.
Yeah. And he kind of digs deep within himself, and with his iron will, or his heart of 3, like that connection with the people around him, he is taking the words from that scrawling on the passageway in, it is actually the incantation of a like counter charm to counteract this ritual. And he struggles through the words, but he gets them out. And almost as though there is this instant moment of like a pressure change in the air.
Yeah. Oh, you could almost hear like a pop.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. And that gate just like winks out of existence. What's the complication? What happens that's unexpected here?
So I love this idea of you're reversing it. It's a counter charm. Yeah. And I think that what we realize is what was once this holy sacred relic to this city, to these people, this driftwood totem that gave them so much of nature. They decided it's given us enough. It can give more. And they set this up, and it's been feeding. It's partially been feeding this. Yeah. And what you expected when you did this was, okay, whatever it's given to the portal, I'm going to take back and put into this driftwood totem. But I think that this can go one of two ways. Either it winks out, but then there's just like a torrent of natural, like this thing just like reverses, and it's like everything that's been pulled in just it erupts forth.
Yeah.
Or nothing does. And everything in this city, plants, native, and all this stuff, immediately begins withering.
Yeah.
And this island is going to be even more of a desolate, abandoned ruin.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's got to be that.
Yeah.
Because I think the cost for the magic here was paid thousands of years ago. Yeah. It's just been a delayed sentence.
Yep, exactly.
And
like immediately, right? Like the pop, the blinking out of the portal, we can almost feel. Well, long haul doesn't, but I think that the rest of you can just feel like a change in the air.
And then I think, because this idea just popped into my head, we make it back to the shore, and we find a spot, and the Kiss of Death sends the only other boat that we've got, because it's a small ship.
Don't wreck this one.
Don't wreck this one. And we get back aboard, and we're sailing away from this island. And as we do so, we're kind of like looking back on it and just watching as even the stones themselves crumble to dust. Mm-hmm. And maybe even the island itself begins to sink beneath the waters, or maybe the waters are rising. And then as we are continuing to sail away, and it's sinking in the distance, I think there is a moment where something crests the water. And it is an ancient creature of some sort that like crests the waves as we're sailing away, almost as though it is watching this island drifting beneath the waves. And I have no memory of what we haven't done religion yet, so I don't know.
There you go.
I don't know if this is a god, this sea god that this totem belonged to, but Caspian in that moment feels a whole lot of something as he sees this almost like kraken-like creature that has like crested above the waters and is observing. And we and this creature watch the final vestiges of this ancient civilization slip beneath the sea.
Oof.
Gone forever.
Caspian shares a vigil with a sea god.
I mean,
oh, that's so good.
Rene, thank you so much for doing this. This is awesome.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so honored, Steve, to be a part of this. Thank you so much. And just to throw it out there, Jenkins totally ruins the moment and just goes, "So I shot this monkey thing?" Right?
Like, Jenkins, it's a freaking god out there, man. Come on.
Read the room, man.
Oh, man. Well, once again, thank you so much for doing this. And please remind people where they can find you once again.
Yeah, thank you. So if you like my brand of shenanigans, you can hear me play solo actual plays, do interviews. I had Steve on, I've had Matt on. So, familiar voices to your listeners. I do interviews, I do actual plays, I do ramblings and whatnot. You can find that at Rene Plays Games, anywhere you find your podcasts.
Amazing. And you should definitely go check out Rene's stuff. I mean, the actual plays are great, but as somebody who I feel like probably couldn't do interviews, I just the way that you handle those and the conversations that you the conversational places that you go to in your interviews, it's just top notch. So
thank you. I like to nerd out with people, and I would love to take credit for where those conversations go, but I pretty much roll oracles and go, "Oh, ask them this question."
Hey, that's a great idea. With that, thanks so much for listening. And as always, see you next time. Thanks for listening to Errant Adventures. If you enjoyed the show, please spread the word. And if you want to support the show directly, leave me a review or support me on Patreon at patreon.com/errantadventures. You can also buy me a coffee at ko-fi.com/errantadventures. If you want to interact with me, my handle on all the socials is @errantsolopod, or you can email me at errantsolopod@gmail.com. I also post short fiction and campaign-related materials on my website, errantadventurespod.com. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you in the deep, liars.